coming up on Campus Connection.
CSULB Sustainability, Sustain You, ASI, the Port of Long Beach, Edison International, and a few other organizations came together to hold Earth Month on the campus of CSU Long Beach.
A Ukrainian Culture Center in Los Angeles hosts an art and concert fundraiser to gather donations.
Students share how they approach tackling climate change and protecting the planet.
Expect to see a rise in electrical vehicle sales with a new state plan to lower oil consumption.
And CSU LB participates in Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
All this and more coming up. Welcome back to Campus Connection. I'm Joy Rowden.
And I'm Alexis Warren. The United States is currently delivering more military aid to Ukraine. And here in Los Angeles County, the Ukrainian Culture Center recently held an art auction and concert fundraiser to gather donations for people in Ukraine. Reporter Bruno Lopez Vega shows us how LA artists demonstrates their support.
Following the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the Ukrainian Culture Center on Melrose has become an important resource for LA residents looking to donate. Their latest event, titled LA Artists for Ukraine, consisted of a 2-day art exhibition and auction, and culminated in a classical music concert held Easter Sunday. The art exhibit featured work from 7 local LA artists. One of them was Ukrainian artist Julieta, who also teaches art at Cal State Long Beach.
My family members have been war victims of that Russian aggression, and in my body of work, I have decided to portray their suffering and their experiences based on their narratives that they shared with me.
Gassio hopes her art will inspire others to speak up, and all profits from art sales were donated to supporting people in Ukraine. The orchestra was composed of 56 professional volunteer musicians, including Ukrainian artists Miroslava Homik of the Las Vegas Philharmonic and Denise Buryakov of the Los Angeles Philharmonic, and gave the audience a rare opportunity to hear Ukrainian-composed classical music performed live. Conductor Maxim Kuzin says music from Ukraine and other Eastern European countries has been largely overshadowed by popular Russian compositions.
If I would ask any American whether they know any composer east of Poland other than Russian composers, the answer would be no, we don't know anyone.
Kuzin hopes that the concert will help bring more public awareness to Ukrainian music. Tune in next show when we speak more with Julia Gassio about supporting Ukraine through her art. This has been Bruno Lopez Vega, Campus Connection.
A video of a scientist protesting climate change has recently gone viral on YouTube and TikTok, which caught the attention of the public. Reporter Julianna Bingham went to find out how communities in Southern California approach environmental issues.
While the issue of climate change and protecting the environment have been brought to the attention of the public for many years, some scientists are still warning that we are not doing enough. For some CSULB students, this is a message they are familiar with.
People trying to send those types of messages is very important. I think more awareness is needed to be raised. Definitely more action needs to be taken, especially by the government.
The question of who is responsible for protecting the environment has been asked over and over again. While consumers have their own choices to make about what to buy or partake in, corporations also have ethical standards to uphold.
I'm here in Huntington Beach, where just months ago there was an oil spill right here off the coast of Orange County. British Petroleum was one of the oil companies responsible, and over 10,000 volunteers from the community signed up to clean the beach.
Because of around-the-clock work, Huntington Beach is reopening. So we're making progress, we're seeing positive signs, but that doesn't negate the horrific lasting impact of this disaster.
According to Oceana USA, offshore drilling threatens marine life, and pollution from burning fossil fuels is the leading cause of climate change. Some students believe that awareness around this has increased over time.
We make more conscious efforts and we call out those companies to have them make those efforts themselves, so we stop it at the beginning rather than when it gets to the consumer.
With climate change being a global issue, it will take both communities and companies doing their part to make ethical choices and prioritize the environment. Julianna Bingham, Campus Connection.
California can expect to see an increase in electric vehicles on the road within the next 4 years. California's Air Resource Board made a proposal on Tuesday, April 12, to increase the sale of electric cars from 12% to 35%. Reporter Thomas Murray has that story.
The plan was made to improve the ecosystem in California. The ultimate goal made from the proposal is to have hydrogen-powered and hybrid cars at 100% by 2035. Improving fuel efficiency would be a step towards cutting down oil consumptions in California.
Especially with gas prices these days, and with the amounts of gas that we produce here in our own country, and getting it to our stations and into the tanks of people at a decent price. I more than anything, it's just going to be really good for the environment, I think.
California currently accounts for 40% of the nation's electric cars, as the state has had over 400,000 registered electric cars.
Definitely, for the economic point of view, it definitely saves me a little bit more money. Driving, I get a lot more miles than my people who drive a BMW.
While we are seeing an increase of electric vehicles on the road, that does not mean we will see traditional car companies suddenly vanish. Experts say that these companies will start to adopt some of these features that companies like Tesla, Rivian, and Lordstown Motors,
like Ford, Chevy, again, a lot of American-made products here. They also have some form of electric vehicle in the works. They're trying to be competitive in that space, as they are seeing that the public is changing their perception, government changing their perception. They are providing tax breaks and subsidies, ways to incentivize them to saying, hey, you should adopt this new practice.
Adapting with what other companies are doing in the automotive industry is a way that companies are finding ways to stay in business. For Campus Connection, I'm Thomas Murray.
The month of April honors Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Cal State Long Beach is doing its part to educate and support the campus community. Campus Connection's Vittina Ibanez has more on how the university is participating in a national campaign.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month aims to educate people about sexual violence and provide support to survivors. CSULB's Not Alone at the Beach will be leading all campus events being held for the month. The group is a grant organization that provides support to anyone from the campus community who have dealt with any type of sexual harassment.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month is something that happens across the nation through many different campuses, but it's done slightly different depending on where you are. So it's a month where we actually come and we stand with survivors and we show our support in any way possible.
The Women's and Gender Equity Center is another on-campus group participating. Earlier this month, the center helped NATB with the Clothesline Project and the Take Back the Night yoga event. The Clothesline Project displayed different colored t-shirts raising awareness for all types of gender-based violence, while yoga promoted healing. The final event of the month is Denim Day on April 27th.
You wear jeans with a purpose, and it basically stems, again, from a sexual assault case in Italy.
The Association of American Universities reported in 2020 that about 26% of females and almost 7% of males experience some type of sexual violence on college campuses. Sexual Assault Awareness Month aims to make a difference.
Really, the hope is to create change among our campus culture, and really to send the message that there is support available here on our campus.
If you're looking for support, the Women's and Gender Equity Center is located on Upper Campus at the Student Success Center, and Not Alone at the Beach is here at Health Services. Other resources for support and safety at the university include counseling, campus police, and campus security's on-call night escorts. More information on Sexual Assault Awareness Month can be found on the National Sexual Violence Resource Center website. Vittina Ibanez, Campus Connection.
After the break on Campus Connection.
A Florida judge strikes down a federal mask mandate affecting public transportation.
And a local Long Beach shop offers sustainable options and a platform for business owners.
All that and more up next.
Dad? Being a dad can be transformative, but also a lot of fun. Help prepare your little monster for the outside world. Encourage their interests. Support their growth. Walk them through new relationships.
He's perfect.
Whatever you say.
And prepare them to stand on their own 2 feet.
So much of the good in my life is because of you.
Never stop being a dad.
Great having you. Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
A federal judge interferes with the CDC's decision to write out the mask mandate for airports and public transportation, leaving decisions out in the open. Southwest American and 8 other airline CEOs sent a letter to President Joe Biden countering his decision to still require masks in airports, noting the massive crowds at restaurants, schools, and sporting events. Florida Judge Katheryn Kimball-Mizell went against the CDC, making it an option for airlines and transit agencies to enforce the masks.
Yeah, I think just being like in such a crowded place, like on the train or on the bus or something, I mean, just even any common colds and stuff you can still catch, so I think having that mask is a good fallback at least.
The CDC's safety precautions continue with concerns of variants of the coronavirus. The Biden administration pushed back the then April 18th federal transportation mask requirement to May 3rd.
President Jane Close Connolly announces that CSULB is no longer moving forward with having a winter commencement early next year. Seniors were first notified a few weeks ago about the opportunity to have a more traditional graduation ceremony during the winter time. The winter ceremony proposal is likely a direct response to the backlash that CSULB faced for its decision to not allow seniors to walk the stage or have their names be read at the 2022 graduation commencement. President Connolly said that because of logistical reasons, CSULB is unable to provide a commencement for the winter class of 2022.
CSU Long Beach celebrates Earth Day by holding events throughout April. This is to demonstrate support for the environment protection. Reporter Mariah Lopez tunes in to tell us all about this month's events.
After 2 years online, many organizations were eager to host their very own event, turning Earth Week into Earth Month. Sustainability Coordinator Holly Jack shares why sustainability should matter to everyone.
Sustainability touches all majors, and there's a way to implement sustainable practices or concepts regardless of, what you're studying.
At the Sustainability Speaker event, Seth Maxwell, founder of the Thirst Project and Legacy Youth Leadership, informed the audience of the global water crisis and what he hopes others will do in response.
And my hope is that the students take away from my talk today is that you don't have to be older, you don't have to have more money, you don't have to have a higher education even to make the impact that you want to make.
All the events were open to students, faculty, and community members. Campus and community organizations came together to educate attendees about issues including but not limited to reducing waste, fast fashion, sustainable cooking methods, and other ways that could be a part of saving the planet. The 11th annual Green Generation Showcase took place at the Japanese Garden on campus. The main event of the night was the Student Project Showcase, followed by a celebration with everyone involved.
I saw someone doing food-based color dyes for clothes and its applications, and though I'm a food science student, I'm really into fashion, and I kind of want to incorporate that into the things that I make.
Although Earth Month is coming to an end, campus organizations have opportunities all year long to contribute to making the world a better and safer place. Mariah Lopez, Campus Connections.
A storefront is empowering cooks in Long Beach. Reporter Vanessa Mayorga shares how this idea transformed the community.
Homemade salsa, freshly brewed coffee, fresh ceviche. The options are endless for all types of culinary minds at the Feel Good Salsa Kitchen. The kitchen front was created to bring Long Beach local small businesses and eateries to a community space and serve the residents of Long Beach.
So I wanted to create a space where people really felt empowered and that what they were trying to do mattered and that it mattered to me. And I didn't realize that it was so needed.
It was Dina Feldman who knew what it was like to struggle while trying to create her salsa business. When she first opened the kitchen, she needed it for herself, but thought she would take this space to help locals with getting a head start in creating their business.
I fell in love with the Long Beach food community, especially folks who are invested in local, sustainable, good food that also serves the community.
The front encourages sustainability with all its clients who plan to use the kitchen. It's a certified green kitchen and banned styrofoam from restaurants to help with littering and waste prevention. Feldman's students tell us about their relationship.
She is my teacher. She helped me. She is helping me learn how do business. Helping her. She need my help. She will call me.
The Feel Good Salsa Kitchen is located in the Hellman Historic District near downtown Long Beach. Their social media page has updates of all the vendors who are scheduled to use the kitchen. Campus Connection, Vanessa Mayorga.
When we come back,
A dedication to Selena was held this past weekend in Inglewood.
A fashion student gets a head start in his career by launching a clothing brand.
All this and more after the break.
STEM is the discipline of hard numbers, precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to get messy, or just mess it up. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to try. Dare to fail. Dare to keep daring. Dare to learn the difference between organic, sedimentary, and non-foliated metamorphic rock. Get outside, find those rocks. Dare to be homeroom famous, a high school fable. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. And for the love of STEM, dare bigger. Dare to code, dare to invent, dare to explore, dare to STEM. Check out Chic and STEM to get started.
In entertainment news, Inglewood gave tribute to Selena this past weekend. Reporter Cassandra Wilkins went to see how locals spent their holiday weekend paying tribute.
Thank you. Although it has been more than 25 years since Selena's death, her fans still find ways to celebrate her music. I went to the Angel City Market where they had a special night dedicated to the Queen of Tex-Mex herself. Here's how it went. The event was held in Inglewood and was packed with over 60 vendors.
So we do market bi-weekly at the moment, so we do every other week. We do Friday and Sunday, Friday and Saturday, and we do Sundays here at Lommel. Nunca llego a mi puerta sin oír el chiflido de un trago que me dice que me está esperando.
This week's event included a live musical performance by a Selena interpreter.
I love what I do. I love doing this. It's such an honor to be able to pay tribute to such an icon in the Latina community.
Selena Quintanilla Perez was an American singer, also known as the Queen of Tejano music. She is a cultural figure who many look up to.
I think she's very special to the Latina community. And we grew up with listening to her, we grew up watching her movies, and her sound, it transcends into generation.
Selena was shot and killed by her manager Yolanda Salvidar in 1995, shortly after receiving a Grammy for Latin Music Album of the Year. There was a piñata that visitors could take a swing at. The Angel City Market will be relocating and expanding to other cities in the future. As students come and go through CSULB, many work hard to leave an imprint on the world. Reporter Martin Coeb tells us how fashion design major Richard Ross is making an impact on the fashion world.
At 13 years old, Richard Ross spent his allowance money on clothes that made him stand out from his middle school peers. Today, he has his own clothing line, Ungood Studios. It began as a passion project in 2020 by buying thrifted clothes and transforming them into his own vision. He reaches many customers through social media and often sells out of some of his products.
It's really cool the way he sees things because it's the little things that we, like normal people, don't really find that interesting. He'll look into that and then he makes it something really special,
Although Ross is a fashion design major, it's not the only talent he works towards mastering. Ross refers to himself as a creative, someone that works on any art form that inspires him. Ross sits in his home/studio and tattoos one of his human canvases. This space is where he creates most of his projects, oftentimes trying something new and coming out on top.
He also is a great photographer naturally, but then he'll go into fashion and he'll go into music and he'll go into any other project he doesn't necessarily need help on.
Ross searches for new perspectives that he can use to boost his creativity further. Projects are not the only thing that he is focused on. Ross understands that steps have to be taken to turn his ambitions into a career.
Work with other people, you network, and put the work out there too for yourself, because you can't just expect to get a job coming out of college if you're not putting work outside of school.
You can check out some of Ross's current and future products at ungoodstudios.com. Martin Koev, Campus Connection.
CSULB ASI is hosting Respect Diversity Week, an effort to support the LGBTQIA+ community on campus. Queer Prom took place last Saturday. This week, Caps and Rainbow Cafe are hosting No Labels Please. A cultural game night is taking place this Friday at the USU Ballroom. That's all for entertainment news. Back to you.
Looks like a great time. Up next,
a fifth-year softball player leaves it all out on the diamond.
And a local soccer team played against Kansas City. Stay tuned for the latest updates.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad!
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
A softball player leaves her mark on the field.
Mariah Lopez is here to tell us more.
Thank you. Last week, reporter Madeline Gesslum got a chance to speak with softball head coach Kim Souter and player Naomi Hernandez, a senior whose records on the diamond are not the only thing she will leave with the beach.
She wants to just leave a legacy for our program.
The COVID-19 pandemic gave college athletes the rare opportunity at an extra year within their program, and softball player Naomi Hernandez has taken that extra year to leave her mark here at Cal State Long Beach.
She's just a great teammate. I think, a lot of times when you have these players that are great on the field, you want them to be great as people as well, and we have that in Naomi.
Starting out as a freshman in 2018, she received titles and broke records, including the Big West Freshman of the Year, NFCA West All-Region Second Team as an outfielder, and was selected First Team All-Big West.
I mean, I don't really see myself as a big name, as what people say and what, I don't know, all the awards and stuff. It's just kind of put in the back. I just like to be here for the team.
Her sophomore and junior season were no different, as Hernandez worked hard to make a name for herself, both on and off the field. But this momentum was cut short her 2020 season. Out of the 20 games played, Hernandez started in 19.
So coming back, it was more of I wanted to be the leader my team needed me to be. That was the mentality that I had.
This season, Hernandez has worked hard to make sure she grows into a leadership role on her team. And she wants to make sure that she forms great connections before her final season at the beach comes to an end.
3, 1, 2, 3.
Our other diamond sport is having some trouble pulling themselves out of a slump. The Dirtbags' overall record is 15 wins and 23 losses. Baseball suffered a tough loss against the Fresno State Bulldogs last week, with a score of 3-4, extending their losing streak to 6 straight games. The Bulldogs got a quick start to the game, scoring 2 runs against starting pitcher Jack Noble. The Beach struggled to put runs on the board to match Fresno State. Fresno scored 2 more runs at the top of the 4th, pushing the score 4-0. The energy kicked up in the bottom of the 6th after second baseman Eddie Seldivor hit a triple and scored off a wild pitch. The inning ended 2-4. The Dirtbags managed to bring a run in the 8th, pushing the score 4-3. Sadly, the inning ended with a grounder hit to close the game.
And that's what that's all we're gonna do, is continue to grind it and help develop these guys and make them better and have great practices and stay positive.
The next home game for the Dirtbags is this Tuesday against the San Diego Aztecs. The Los Angeles Football Club is currently playing for the U.S. Open Cup. They played against Kansas City on Easter Sunday. Reporter Brandon Gallo has the highlights of the night.
As the LA Football Club was getting ready to play an important game, thousands of fans gathered outside of the Exposition Park to share a moment with their loved ones and friends.
Yeah, I'm having a great time, very excited, hoping for LAFC to come out and dominate and get a win.
Who do you think is going to score?
Probably Vela, of course, maybe Chicho.
The Exposition Park was crowded with fans excited to support their team. People came early for food, music, and drinks.
I feel excited.
We're so excited!
Yeah, we're gonna win today. Today's game's gonna be great. Yeah.
LAFC supporters came excited to this game with the hope of a new victory. LAFC began to play for the Major League Soccer during the 2018 season. Angelinos expect this year they become champions.
Have a good time with my son, and yeah, so we wait to win.
Kansas City put up a fight in the first half, leading with 1 goal, but in the second half, Ismael Shandy and Jose Cifuentes scored for the LAFC, ending that game with a 3-1 win over Sporting Kansas City.
After a tough game in the first half, LAFC won the first game against Kansas City. The Mexican Carlos Vela led the team to a new victory. In 2 weeks, LAFC will be playing against Cincinnati for the Major League Soccer. Campus Connection, Brandon Gallo.
Thanks, Brandon. That's all for sports this week at the beach. Back to you at the desk.
Well, we wish them all the best of luck as season comes to an end.
Catch me at the next game. Thanks for joining us to this episode of Campus Connection. I'm Joy Rowden.
And I'm Alexis Warren. We'll see you next time.